What's up everyone? Welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to do a button tutorial on the GPSMAP 1222. Today we're going to basically go through the different buttons that you can use to navigate around all this screen. So you'll notice on the right it has a rotary dial, and it also has a arrow pad, and it has left and right on that. But those will be very important with adjusting settings and navigating through the screen. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is the power button. Obviously the power button will turn on your graph, but also if you click it one time while your graph is already on, it'll take you to the power menu. And on the power menu you have the backlight that you can adjust. So in order to adjust any of the settings, what you're going to want to do is push the rotary dial in or select the select button. So you'll see all of the boxes that are highlighted. That is the one that you can adjust at the time. So if you want that, you can select the select button, or you can press this rotary dial, push it in, and it'll adjust what you want. So if I'm on down, it'll bring the brightness down. What I like to do is I like to get on the actual scale and just dial it up like that, and I'll maximize it out. But if you were going to lower your backlight down, that would be how you adjust it. You can adjust your color mode. You can enable or disable all of your sonar. So if you want to turn your live scope transducer off when you're moving from spot to spot, you can do it right there. Push that button, enable, disable. And then also if you go to the power, it will allow you to turn off or put your graph into sleep mode. And if you put your graph into sleep mode, all you do is push the power button one time, it'll bring that back up. The next button we'll talk about is this home button. And your home button is basically how you get from view to view. So you'll press your home button and it'll have all of the different views down at the bottom of the screen. So it'll be pinned, charts, sonar, combo, smart mode, vessel. If you scroll through here with the rotary dial, you'll see all the different options that you can have. So I'm going to go to charts, and I'm going to go to fishing chart, and I'll click the select button, and it'll show my graph where I was last at, because I'm in my garage, so I don't have the GPS going right now, but it'll show my last location. So anyways, with this home button, you're able to adjust the views that you're on and select which view you want. So let's go to live scope, and it'll go to my live scope screen. Another thing that you can do is you can set a preset with this 1222. And there's actually 4 different presets that'll allow you to switch from view to view. And as you can see, I don't have preset 3 and 4 set up right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that up by going to my home screen, and let's go to combo between chart, and I don't actually have any sonar on this other than live scope. So we'll just go to fishing/nav. So it'll be split screen between fishing and navigation. So that's the screen that we want to save as the number 3 shortcut. So we have it on that screen that we want. We're gonna press and hold the 3, and it'll say page save to shortcut key. So now if we go back to number 1 is my live scope, and I'll press my 3 button, it'll go back to that save screen that we just did. So we can set whatever screen we want. So the next button we'll talk about is the menu button. And what that'll do is it will allow you to adjust the settings on each one of the screens that you're on. So in this case, when we click on the menu button, it allows us to adjust the fish chart or the navigation chart, or if we are on like the live scope or any of the sonar tabs and we press menu, it'll allow us to change all of the live scope settings that we have. and then you can go through here with the rotary dial or the cursor and select which setting you want to do, and then click select and just adjust all your settings based on that. Another cool feature with this 1222 is if you go to the star, and I actually made a video on this and I'll put a link above, but if you go to this star, you can actually have live scope presets, and you could set your favorite settings for different situations, and you don't have to go into your settings every time and change those settings every time you want to make any adjustments. You can go to your presets and you can set it for certain lakes, certain times of the day, anything like that will help in any situation on the water. Another button that we have on the keypad is nav information, and when you go to that, it'll pull up all your nav data, and you can go to waypoints, you can go to your tracks, you can change the different waypoint symbols, you can change the track colors, any of that stuff that you need to adjust, and also manage user data by transferring your data or deleting your data, anything like that. You can also get to the active captain, which allows you to do software updates or to get all your data onto that graph through the active captain app. And that's a really cool feature that Garmin has that comes in handy whenever you're getting your waypoints from your phone to your graph. Also, you'll see here on the 1222, it has a helm feature for active captain, and that's different than what my 126 SV has up here. This helm feature actually allows me to record my sonar, so then I can record live scope or anything on my screen really as I fish throughout the day. So another thing that I didn't talk about whenever I was in the home button, when I press the home button, you can go over to this little gear over here, which is the settings, and it'll allow you to go in here and change any of your settings on your Garmin. It'll allow you to get to that active captain that we just got to earlier. You can even look at your owner's manual and open that up if you have any questions about anything. You can set your alarms. You can set anything on your graph, including system data and things like that. So when you go to home and you go to settings down here in the bottom left corner, that will allow you to get to all that information. And finally, the last thing that I'll talk about is this little thing down here. So this is the rotary dial, but it'll allow you to adjust settings. So right now it says forward range 120 feet. I can adjust my live scope settings by just turning this knob, and I can set it to whatever I want. So let's say I want to set it at 80 feet, it'll adjust it to that. If I click this button one time, it'll allow me to change the gain. So if I click through here, it'll allow me to change 3 different things. I can change the forward range, the gain, or the depth range. And basically you just go to whatever one you want to change and turn that knob, and it'll adjust it accordingly. So that's a pretty cool feature to basically change 3 of the most important settings on LiveScope with just a click of a button, rather than having to go into the menus button and adjust it that way. So hopefully this video helped you out with the different buttons on the 1222 for the GPS map. Hopefully it will help you navigate through the depth finder and be able to find the right settings that you need to do. But thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
When's next time?
Next week, next Friday, or no, Tuesday at 5:30.